Hello, so this is going to be a demonstration of the Line 6 Helix, which is a piece of equipment I've been using now for about a year. I've done lots of professional gigs with it, sessions, live gigs. I've used it as just a straight multi-effects unit into a real amp, or more commonly as an amp simulator. This demonstration is using only one patch, so I just want to show you, I don't use too many patches, I use more than one, but just wanted to show you sort of different guitars using the same patch. There's a few overdrive pedals that I'm going to add to it as well, but it's a kind of does the Helix sound like a real amp kind of demonstration, which I think it genuinely does. And I can say after about, as I say, a year of owning it, that I use it nearly every day, and it just hasn't let me down in any way whatsoever. And it has, while I still love real amps, it has, for practical reasons as much as anything, replaced the amp for a lot of the gigs I do. So this is the patch I'm using. This is a patch I use a lot. It's based on a Dr. Z Route 66 amp. It's using an impulse response from red wires. It is, let me just double check. Yeah, 1954 Tweed Deluxe with a Royer 121. I do find ribbon mics sound great on amps. And there's also a cab. The amp is actually an amp and cab bundle. It's just the one that Line 6 put in the Helix that goes with that particular Dr. Z amp. So it's kind of got two cabs, effectively. It's got a cab attached to the amp, and that's on the top line there at the end. And then the impulse response is also a cab and mic simulator. Okay, so I'm now going to demonstrate what it sounds like. I'm going to play a few different guitars. This is a ES330 from the 60s, 1966. The pickups aren't original, actually, they're bare knuckle, but they're great pickups. And I've got it on the bridge pickup at the moment. This is just kind of the amp on its own, no effects, no distortion or overdrive. Okay, bit of hum on there as well, single hole pickups, neck pickup. And middle pickup, which is a bit funky on this guitar. Great, now that's, as I say, pretty clean, but you can tell the difference between hitting it soft and hitting it a bit harder. It responds in a very amp-like way. It's got a little bit more dirt. Now the distortion pedal I like to use, overdrive pedal rather, most of all, is called a Timmy. They're modelled on very well-known real pedals. I've got the Timmy as well. I use it on my analog board. And it just gives it a little bit of drive, extra drive, without really colouring the actual basic sound in any way. So there it is, a bit more hum. So here's the bridge pickup again. The neck pickup. And a few chords. even with that overdrive pedal on it, you can still make it sound pretty clean. Okay, that's the ES330. The next will be a Strat. So I lied, actually, it's still an ES330, which I'm sure you know is an Epiphone Casino, but with Gibson on the top. So I'm going to play a Beatles tune just because it seemed the right thing to do with this guitar. Here we go. Okay, so that's I Want You, She's So Heavy, which was played on a casino, and that uses the looper in the Helix as well, which I must say I don't use at all really. It's the first time I've ever used it actually, just on that demo. Okay, next time it will definitely be a Strat, I promise. Okay, this is a Strat. It's a sort of super Strat with a humbucker on it, which coil taps pick up the bare knuckles again, same as the last guitar, and the Strat itself is a kind of Warmoth parts guitar. So I'm just going to start with exactly the same patch as I had on the last guitar. So pretty clean. Forgot my knot there for a minute. And if we add that Timmy pedal in again, which also works really well. And again, you can hear the sort of responsiveness of the amplifier. Of course, it's to do with the pickups as well, but just with that Timmy pedal still on, it can be pretty clean. And then a bit more dirt, a bit more attack, a bit more energy in the playing. Yeah, and I think that's what's great about the Helix and you know, other modelers on the market, to be honest, is the way it does feel like an amp when you play it in a different way. And also if you plug different guitars in, I think some of the older modelers with less powerful processors in them, a different guitar with, say, a hotter pickup could completely ruin your sound. It will break up in a very unconvincing way. This one definitely breaks up like it's a real amp, and you really always feel like you're moving air. Okay, I'm going to demonstrate the Klon Centaur now, which again, I mean, I've got, not a real one, I've got a couple of really good clones of this, and it's something I use all the time on my analog boards, because particularly with single coils, it just fattens it up. So here's something without just the same clean sound again. And then with the Clontor, or the Centaur. It's just the difference between that, nice and thick, and that a bit thin. But again with the Centaur, you can play it quietly, it's pretty clean, and then dig into it. And then with a hot pickup as well, it's pretty dirty. But still really organic as well, and I'm not a big fan of high gain sounds. You won't hear me doing any of them today. So that's what I really like about the models of the overdrives are very, very authentic to the originals, which I do own as well, and do all the kind of things you'd expect them to do in front of a real amp. And finally, I'm just going to play a little bit of slide. Here it is. On this guitar here, which is a Reverend, kind of does a bit of everything and looks like a bit of everything as well. There you go. And the Helix is the same patch, of course, as I've been using for the whole video. Plus, it's got a bit of compression on it. It's got a little bit of delay, and it's got a little bit of the tube screamer overdrive just to give it a bit more sustain. So just in summary there, I mean, I hope you'll agree from listening to that demo that it does sound fantastic, and it does sound like a real amp. It also feels like a real amp. Sometimes you get digital emulations which sort of sound great to most people, but when you're actually playing the instrument, you just can tell that it's not quite sort of moving air or appearing to move air in the way that a real amp would. It's also, I should say, absolutely beautifully designed, and the one thing it beats all the competition at really is ease of use of the floorboard. You do have a user interface on the computer if you want to plug it into that, but it's just not necessary. I mean, I use it just for writing names occasionally on using the computer keyboard. Apart from that, it's so easy to use the actual floorboard that it's just not necessary to have a computer. And in that respect, it is, I think, a massive leap forward compared to the amp simulators that I've used, which also, the two main competitors, the Kemper and the AXFX, are both fantastic units and sounds superb, but this one is definitely easier to use. So you'll have to decide whether it also sounds as good as well. Hopefully that video will help you make your mind up.